Okay, so like, here is the stream. Streaming. All Twitch. Loud. Okay. So, you can do the recap now.
Cool. So last time we went down the spiral staircase and it smelled of cotton candy and it was very Kingdom Hearts, pretty Lisa Frank sky and ocean into the abyss that we can't see beyond. And eventually we made it to a door and we touched it and it disappeared into this very concerning room of just hundreds and hundreds of sleeping faces everywhere you look, including up and then down into what seemed like just one door at the very bottom. And as we got in this room, Iden noticed a familiar face and was like, oh my gosh, it's Clover. And went to go, whisper reassuring messages of we're gonna make sure you're okay. And a spectral appearance of Clover happened, and Iden, thinking it's actual Clover, let it touch his face in a soon to be found horror of it was not in fact Clover, it was a wraith. And Annis, being a buff badass, uh, nat 20 in athletics roll with Diana under her arm and hauled ass to the other side where they began to proceed to kick the ass of this wraith. Unfortunately, Iden does not remember a damn thing about that fight, and kind of came to Anna's holding the fiery flaming sword that Sorokon had, and was a little traumatized about that too. And then we continued further down to where we got to the bottom by this door, and we saw all this glowing liquid. And Annis was like, "I want to see what this is," but wasn't quite sure what it was, and it crystallized the glass. And she was like, "Let's not," and just yeeted it. So then we got into the door, into this lovely new area we're in now, which is definitely Shalara's base. It is covered in webs and spiders and just cocoons. And we were kind of searching this main area. There were two statues completely covered up. And in this book, uh, Annis and Iden were looking at it, and Iden just could not for life him remember. But to Annis, it seemed a little familiar, one of the handwritings that wasn't Shalara's. And she then began to speak with spiders. And the spiders were like, "Yeah, Shalara's here giving a tour to the Stitched Man," to which Annis immediately put together who was on that paper and then had Iden pull out the contract, and we were able to one-to-one match it up. The butcher's here. Yay! And Diana's kind of like, question mark? Don't know much about it. So we had to fill her in on a lot of things just kind of along this trip. And so now we are figuring out and kind of hovering by this door like, hey, spiders, where's she at? And we found out, I think one room was a food room, the back room was an office, and then to the left was, I think, like holding cells in the prison cells, potentially. So that is where we left off.
Hooray.
Any editorials?
No, I think you hit the highlights.
Woo! All right, well, if we start off here, I'm gonna just have a moment before we go through this door and kind of look at Diana and Annis and Derek, and he is visibly clenching his fist, and you see a lot of thoughts running through his head where he's just kind of he puts a hand out for a moment before we kind of cross through this door, and he looks to them and he's like, wait, Annis, can you see if spiders have, if Shelara has let him know we're here? And he starts pulling out a paper and he's ushering them to huddle around him. So it's just their faces really quick. So he can write down to them. So only they see, hey, she's last expecting me to bring an item to her. Um, we need to get information, and at this point, it'd be in our best interest that he doesn't know we're here, as much as I would like to punch him. If we can get her in private and gather that, and while I keep her, occupied, once that is pretty much finished, fair game. But it's like he's expressing, it's like, I haven't been hostile to her, you haven't been hostile to her, and I did promise her something, and I think she will be interested. I think this will be our key in.
Still not, speaking out loud, writing on the paper, Annis will write, what are you bringing her?
I'm going to use the potion of legs to lure this conversation. Like, he's like, I'm going to use this to strike her interest.
Right, polymorph. Gotcha.
Yes, he just scratches out and puts polymorph in there.
Potion of legs. All right, I'll see if I can ask the spiders. I don't know how much they know. Annis is going to
like writes, if anything, just if we can secure a private meeting with her.
I guess I'll just come like over here and see if there are any spiders in that corner. Surely there are.
They are quite everywhere.
Yeah, the moment Anna starts to move, Aiden's gonna like fold it immediately and then slide it back in, so they don't see nothing.
My speak with animals should still be active.
Sure is.
So yeah, I'm just gonna find another little court of spiders and trying to figure out how to word. Hello again, spiders. I have a few more questions for you. If you want food in response, I can probably give you some food.
We are well fed.
I can tell, yes. Your mother takes very good care of you.
Mother provides.
So, can you talk directly to your mother from this distance? Or are you in communication with her right now?
She is busy right now, but if you would like us to get her attention, we can.
Can you give her a message?
Of course.
We were hoping for a private meeting, and I know you said there's someone else here. We were just hoping to speak to her privately. So where should we wait for her? We're willing to wait until she's done with her other business.
The normal procedure is to wait in the parlor. We will let her know. Who should we tell her is waiting in the parlor?
And she'll turn back to the rest of the group and speaking in, normal common and not creepy spider language. Like, they're asking who they should tell her is waiting.
I mean, I let her know that I would be back. It would make sense if you let her know that I had come.
Did you give her your actual name?
I can't remember if we actually did or not.
That was a long time ago. I don't remember.
It was a long time ago. I think he might have given her either like Sunny or something, or he might have actually given it to her. I don't remember.
I think he gave her his real name because he was trying to comfort Archon, but I don't know. I would have to go listen to it again.
Yeah, because I know Archon had it. Just if you express, tell her the centaur is back with the item.
Okay.
Yeah, that should be enough of a clue.
Turn back to the spiders. You can let her know that the centaur and his friends are here to deliver an item that she is expecting.
Very good. We will let her know.
Great. And the parlor is the room over there, and she'll gesture to the doors that are like between the two statues.
The parlor is beyond your friends.
Hmm. Oh, all right. I guess we'll wait in there then. Thank you for answering my questions, spiders.
It is our pleasure to host. We will inform you when she is ready for you.
Okay, cool. So apparently we had it backwards, and the parlor is past this door, and that's where we're supposed to wait for Shelara.
Okay. There won't be like any running into him if we like wait in that room, yes?
I made it clear that we wanted to speak to her in private, but
Okay.
obviously that's no guarantee.
Okay. Well, Aiden will open the door and try to go through if it's... Whee!
The door on the left is not locked.
Whee! I'll hold the door for everybody else.
And I am absolutely looking around for traps.
What kind of traps are you looking for?
I'm gonna use that spell. That level 2.
Is it a concentration spell?
Oh, let me check. Oh, that circle. There's fine traps. It is not. It's just instantaneous.
Neat.
Range
Go
of
for it.
120 feet. One action casting type. If you sense the presence of any trap within range that is within line of sight. The trap for the purpose of the spell includes anything that would inflict a sudden or unexpected effect you consider harmful or undesirable, which was specifically intended as such by its creator.
Go for it.
Cool. I'm gonna cast that. Mark off the second level slot. There's not like a button or anything, so.
Yeah, that's fine.
I cast.
You did it. Just looking up the description for how it actually gives you the information.
Oh, that's a good point.
Find traps. Got it. You sense the presence. That's vague. The spell merely reveals that a trap is present. You don't learn the location of each trap, but you do learn the general nature of the danger posed by a trap you sense. Okay. So that's very vague, but cool. We can work with that. Yeah, so in this...
Second level.
Yeah. So within this room, you do not sense any traps.
Oh. Well, it's gross in here, but I don't sense any traps. So there's that at least.
Good.
You guys get the impression that maybe she's really bad at housekeeping.
I didn't catch that.
Derek is asking if you get the impression that Shelara is really bad at housekeeping.
Oh. Yes.
Sure, I don't know what she's thinking with all these spider webs. They're really gross.
Well, she's a spider.
Still really gross.
Her version of decor, I guess.
I wonder if she's one of those only really thinks about the work kind of science types.
Probably.
Go over here. I see a book.
Yeah.
I guess, knowing that there aren't any traps, I would like to look around the room for anything, like, that would indicate that one of the rangers maybe was here at any point.
You can roll investigation. Also, just as a reminder, this is not a well-lit area. Just didn't turn on the lighting because you're all going to be in small rooms, so there wasn't much of a point.
Yeah, I don't see shit.
This is a very gross place. You find that there are still spiders scurrying all throughout, but not quite as many as like in the back in that cave when there were spiders like covering the entire wall. It's not as dense as that, but there's still spiders throughout. You are quite confident that anything that you're doing is being seen by at least a few spiders at any given time. I found a book.
Yeah.
The book is in Elvish.
No. Anis,
Yes?
I can't read.
Well, alright. I guess I'll try and read it.
Let me just move out of the way for you.
It appears to be a cookbook.
Hmm.
You're not really familiar with the ingredients in here. This could be a to serve man situation.
I'm just gonna like flip through and see what kind of recipes there are.
Yeah, there's a few kebabs recipes. There's a few like they're primarily meat. Actually, now that you're looking through it, there's various sausages, kebabs, but you can't quite tell. Like it's in Elven, but the creatures mentioned are not like the standard normal food stuff. They're more stuff that sound like phantasmal species, but not in the like humanoid type so much as like, fried basilisk kind of stuff.
Ugh, I hate this. It is not a good book, big guy. Be glad you can't read it.
Okay. Not useful. Okay.
You do find something that apparently is the equivalent of Hydra gumbo, for good or ill. And a footnote mentioning that Hydra is an excellent source of protein because it continues to replace things as you cut.
Ugh. Gross. Can I look a little closer? And this might be, like person that watched Full Metal Alchemist brain. I know that sometimes people like to hide secrets in cookbooks.
Sure.
So can I look a little closer and see if there's any of those shenanigans going on?
Yeah, you can do that. Let's see. Because you're specifically looking for hidden messages in it, this is probably going to be more of it is maybe like an Arcana check.
Arcana. Okay. Nope.
Nah, nothing's really standing out.
I knew it. I knew I was gonna roll poorly because of those 20s last week.
Oh no.
You got good mileage out of those 20s.
Yeah, this is just a cookbook, but not a good kind of cookbook. Yeah, I don't like it.
Do you mind if I take a peek?
Oh, go for it. Just don't say I didn't warn you.
Gross.
Yeah, it's similar to what Annis could find. It's pretty gross.
Alright. Can I roll Arcana?
Go for it.
Ooh. That didn't roll. Okay. Ooh.
Oh no. Oh no.
I mean, you don't find anything that looks especially good, but reading it makes you feel kind of queasy. You kind of get held up on this one thing that you're not quite sure if it's elephant ears or elf ears. It's a little fuzzy, but the thought of it makes you feel gross either way.
Yeah. Hand this back to you, Annis.
I don't think I ever picked it up.
Never mind. Pretend I didn't say that. Clearly, I'm still drunk, apparently. I don't know that I was drunk to begin with, but here we are.
Yeah.
So... Do we
Well,
know...
we've got two options, really. We can wait here patiently, or we can go poking around here and potentially run into an old friend.
I'm personally in favor of just getting this over with. But... I'm going to leave that up to you two.
I mean, I've still got the muscles, so I personally would like to get it out of the way sooner rather than later, but also, even if he can't touch us, the butch is still very dangerous.
I mean, I have an ancient secret that might allow us to wander freely through these walls. We don't know where the bathroom is. And it would be very rude to go to the bathroom here. Be a gross violation of hospitality.
I don't know that she has a bathroom.
Then I guess we'll have to check every room until we don't find one.
I don't want to think about it. I suppose we could go wandering.
I think we're going to... There's no guarantee that she's going to show up at any point in the next hour, and I'd rather not spend that much time in this room.
No, I don't want to either.
I only see one other door in this room. So I'm going to see if there's a bathroom back there.
No. Okay, so
Locked.
the door does not appear to be locked. Would you like to open it?
She's gonna open it. Yes.
Sorry, the thing was in the way. There you go. Opening the door, you hear a creaky noise. This is not a very well-maintained door. And it leads to a hallway.
Okay.
Shall
Well,
I
this
send
appears
the
to be a hallway.
Shall I send the bat ahead?
I mean, if you would like to, we can send the bat ahead if that's what you guys would like to do.
Speaking of, I don't see Hemlock's token anywhere.
Oh,
Or bat.
yeah, I'll drag Hemlock on so that you can see, but we're going to operate in the assumption that Hemlock is on your shoulder until you say otherwise, and you can use Hemlock as the bat for the purposes of movement.
There are two of them for some reason.
I don't know why it drags two when I do that.
Double Hemlocks across the sky.
There you go. You should be able to move Hemlock now.
And Bartholomew didn't get got, so he should still be active from the last
Yes,
time.
he is still around. He sticks around for 4 hours or something at this point.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I think Aiden's gonna stop right here for a moment, or in the doorway, and just kind of be like, maybe I stay here, just in case.
I mean, you can do what you like, Sunshine.
And get ambushed and captured alone.
I don't want Butcher to see me.
Well, then you can stay behind us. But don't get too far away.
Anis, I taller than you.
He does.
Not right behind us.
Okay, fine.
okay, so I'm going to... I don't know if you can see through Hemlock or not, but I'm going to add Hemlock to the party vision just so that the camera can see.
Yeah, because I feel like I should be able to see a little more than I can right now in Hemlock Vision.
Oh, I see why. Hold on. There you go. There's not a door there, but it thought there was a door there, so that's why you couldn't see up.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so going through this hallway, there's obviously a bunch of boxes. It seems that a lot of this place is kind of out of use, but there's an area to the northeast. And then ahead of you, directly north of Hemlock right now, there is a chained door that you can kind of see through. And it seems to be locked. And just from... I'm going to click the open button on it so you can see through it, but you can't actually go through it. So that is what you can see through the chained door. There appear to be in that room... giant metal cages or cells. And in this room, where Hemlock has just flown through, you can find a few barrels, some very old and very rusty and very worthless tools against the wall. And there seems to be a table sitting out with some kind of scroll enrolled on it.
All right, so up ahead.
There's also a door to the east, just to clarify. Yeah.
There's also a door to the east?
Yeah, in the room that Hemlock just flew into, there's a door to the east.
All right, looks like the coast is clear up ahead. There's a door with chains on it, and beyond that, I think there's a bunch of... It's probably where the holding cells are. And then there's another room that's empty and another door. So we're good to go forward a little. So the door with the chain across it, is it like... It's not like a solid door because we can see through it.
Yeah, it's more like a jail cell kind of door. Like, it's bars.
Could Bartholomew fit through the bars?
Probably. You get the impression that these are... most of the doors here that aren't solid wooden doors are designed so that spiders can freely crawl in and out. But anything larger would have trouble. And larger than, like, a small bird. So I think Bartholomew would fit. It might be a squeeze. Like, Bartholomew can't go through at full speed like it's nothing, but it could fit.
So, I can send Bartholomew through the door just to see what's past it if we want. But if there is something we need to get to over there, we'll obviously have to figure out how to open the door.
We can figure it out if we need to go through.
Okay. I will have the bat squeeze his little bat body through and go on in.
Okay.
He doesn't need to eat, so he's not a chubby bat.
That's fair. Okay, so Bartholomew, upon flying in, sees that there are several very large cells. They are holding cells. They appear to be used... well, it's kind of hard to tell what they're used to store because there are spider webs everywhere. Like, the insides of these things full of spider webs. But there do seem to be some masses further in the back. Like, it's kind of hard to see in the dim, but because Bartholomew has sonar instead of actual, like, vision proper, you can tell that there's dense spots within those webs. So there's something in there, but there are also, like, jail cell type doors. Very long ones, like in the case of the one immediately to Bartholomew's left. Like, keep in mind, those squares reach 5 feet. So it's like 25 foot of gate to a 35 foot wide cell. And that's one of the cells. There are several. Looking up a little bit, there are a few of the large ones on the left side, including one just to the left of the door. And to the right, there are some smaller ones. There are also a large number of tools and implements to the right. There's lots of shackles, manacles, things that could be used for transport. There's a lot of stuff in here. It kind of reminds you of when you were in the lab in the Wellspring area, where there were all of those very empty cells. These ones, however, have significantly more obscuring spider webs all throughout.
Well, it is gross in there. Just got some big things in big cells.
Oh, good.
Can't tell what they are. Can't tell if they're still alive. I can tell that there's a lot of spider webs. I'm not seeing any movement, right?
You're not seeing any movement at this time.
Doesn't look like anything's moving, so guess we have to hope they're all dead.
I guess so, yeah.
Just a reminder that when I am in bat vision, I can't see or hear.
Oh, god damn it.
Although you are in line of sight, so via the bat, I think you could just hear. They'd just be far away.
I know.
But just, that's more of a reminder to you, like, for the space. Obviously, you can say whatever you want to say to them. It's not quite your normal level of detachment.
Would it be a check of some kind to, like, look around for, like, really look for movement, or is it just something I can be on the lookout for?
You could do a perception check to see how well the bat sees. Anything of note.
Is that a perception with my skills?
Just roll a d20 and I'll add it accordingly.
Roll a d20.
That seems easier than getting you to go through the sheet.
Don't see shit.
Nope, there's a lot going on in here, and it's really hard to pick up on sonar when everything in the entire room, like the walls and whatnot, are covered in spider webs that are kind of dampening the whole thing. It's like a blurry world to your poor bat.
There are spider webs everywhere. It's actually quite hard to make sense of anything.
What are Aiden and Diana doing?
Aiden's just keeping back right now, just to make sure there's some leeway. They don't want to risk this plan, so yeah, they're behind this wall.
I forgot that I was muted.
I promise we weren't ignoring you.
No, you're good. Diana is looking at whatever this is on the table and trying to look around for, like, a key or something.
Okay. The thing on the table is so looking over it, you can decipher without too much trouble. Like, most of the writing that you've found down here in this specific area that isn't, like, the logbook at the front seems to be in Elvish. And this thing right here looks like it's a series of chemical equations.
Boy.
Lots of notes, lots of documentation on the brewing of something, along with instructions on how to brew it. And looking around, you can see some of the labels used in these equations correspond to those giant barrels around the room. And while there are two big support pillars in here, the pillars themselves are partially hollow, and they seem to contain funnels and some other things that could be used for mixing.
Interesting. And there's no, like, I don't see a key or anything anywhere.
You'll have to roll investigation if you want to dig around for anything not immediately sitting on the table.
Cool. I'm gonna do that. Let's see.
Yeah, you find a big cartoonish metal key sitting out on a ring
Gonna grab the key.
with a bunch of smaller cartoonish metal keys on the same ring.
Yeah, she's gonna pick it up and then walk back over to where Annis and the rest of them are. She'll be like, first of all, I found the key if we are interested in seeing what is beyond this door. Secondly, I think that book over there might actually interest you, Annis, since you do things with, like, potions and brewing things and those kind of shenanigans.
Derek taps her on the shoulder 3 times as a signal to come back for a sec, at least mentally.
I keep forgetting.
Yeah. What is it? Everything
It
okay?
It is really problematic that you cannot hear what I am saying. I know you can't control it, but damn it. I was saying that there's a book over there you may want to go check out since it's about brewing something, and I figure because you have you do the brewing potions thing.
Oh,
But you-
sure.
yeah.
Lead me to it.
Also, I found these, and she holds up the keys.
Ah,
So if we wanted to check out what's beyond this door, we can totally do that.
it's a lot of spider webs.
Well, how about this?
And-
I'll show you where this book is if you want to investigate that, and I can go investigate in there.
All right. A lot of spider webs, and I hope corpses.
And she'll lead Annis over to where the book is.
Over here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Be like, all right, have that. I have no idea what any of this is, other than I can tell that it's about brewing something. But you have fun with that. And she's gonna walk back over.
All right. What skill do I need to roll, and then hope for not a 1?
For these, you can roll Arcana again, but you can roll with advantage because this is more your area of expertise.
Good. Gonna be a 1 and a 2. I'll take a 15.
That's fair. Yeah, so not quite a potion. What you found is the ingredients and instructions for preparing a poison. Specifically, something that is known as essence of ether. And looking around, you find in one of the nearby stills what appears to be a vial of the stuff. So I'm going to, if you would like to inspect it, I will add it to your inventory, and you can understand what it does.
Sure. So the book is instructions on how to brew it.
Yes.
What'd you say? I saw it turn green for a second, but it clipped for Diana.
Going to poison a spider.
Oh.
You can't poison a poison type.
Only some
No,
gens.
Yeah, like not since Gen 6.
Oh my god, nerd.
Is Gen 6 out as of 2005?
No. The
Then
latest
they
one
can
would
still
have
be
been-
poisoned.
Yeah, Diamond and Pearl. So yeah, you can still poison a poison type.
Alright.
I
Did
think.
the item get added to your inventory, or did I not drop it correctly?
I don't see a new item. Okay. Well, something got added. I just don't know where. What am? Oh, Essence of Ether.
There you go. Yep, I see it now. That should be identified for you so that you can see what it does.
Ah, and there's only one vial of it?
Just one right here.
Okay. What,
Thing that Annis would know from reading about this, though, is that because this is a poison and not magic, it would work on elves.
Shit, you're right. What are the ingredients for this potion probably not very common, but do any of them stand out? Or is this something that, like, Annis could brew more of if she wanted to pretty easily?
These are ingredients that she could brew with the caveat that she would have to, like, call in some resources. Like, she could do it. These are not things that are unheard of in the modern world. They're just not things that she has on hand. She would have to go through her channels, but she could do it. Alternatively, she could go raid the storehouses of the botany department and probably get plenty if she wants to go on another plant heist.
Woo.
These are just things that are not commonly found outside of specific regions, or I guess in Dream's End.
And then, is it, so it's a book, so there are potentially other...
It's not a book, it's a giant scroll. Like, what you found is essentially her notes on how to brew this. You get the impression looking around this room that this is where she might be brewing the poisons needed for keeping potential victims easier to manage.
Gotcha.
Or maybe she uses it to knock people out during surgery. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, definitely gonna roll the scroll up and take it with me.
Okay. I will make a note there that you also have that then.
And then gonna head back to the group, take out my notebook. Oh, let me actually find...
Okay.
Shoot, I just had it. I'm not going to out loud say what it does. But I'm writing down what it does, essentially. I'm writing down, like, it's a poison that can knock someone out for like 8 hours. It can work on elves because it's a poison. So be careful and try not to breathe in weird poisons.
I mean, I'll do my best.
Let's see. If someone gets knocked out by this poison, someone else can shake them awake, or they'll wake up if they take damage.
Yes. They will still be poisoned, though.
So it's likely she's got more of this on her. Just saying.
I mean, and maybe whatever she's captured, maybe they're not dead necessarily, but they may just be in an ether sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
So are we going through this door? Do you want me to scout ahead some more?
I
Yeah,
realized
okay with
I
going
was
through the
muted.
door.
I thumbs up to Anna.
Do what?
I realized I was muted. I was thumbsing up to what she was saying about that situation.
About going through the door, or?
The poison, but yeah, the door too, if y'all are going through.
So yes to going through the door, or?
I think that's the only way, right? It's the only...
Oh,
There-
there is another door on the other side.
Okay, yeah, I just can't see it.
There's a wooden door to the right that you can't see where you're at, and the path up is the room that has all of the cells and stuff.
I'm assuming going up towards cells is where y'all are aiming, then?
That's the question.
Yeah.
Then thumbs up from Aiden, because he does want to, if he can, get a glance before talking to her.
Yeah, so far Bartholomew hasn't seen any movement or anything.
He has not seen any movement, but again, the world around him is very fuzzy because it's not an easy room to bounce sonar off of with all the spider webs.
I will say it's a long hallway, so there's not a lot of places to hide once we're in there, except for in the cells, which seems like a very bad idea.
That's what it is at this point, honestly. Otherwise, we're just going to keep waiting for her. And, I'd rather not do that.
It is kind of concerning that the quote-unquote parlor room is right next to these holding cells.
Yeah.
Oh, just a warning. I know you drew for Bartholomew to go more north in there. Bartholomew is right at the edge of your 100-foot range.
Gotcha.
So if he goes forward, he can, but you won't be able to see through his eyes anymore.
Well, I'll have to get closer to my bat to see any more anyway, so I suppose we
Yep,
should
let's-
go forward.
Right, Diana is going to get the cartoonishly large key and try it in the lock on this door.
It clicks open.
Let's go.
Okay. So, walking inside something that you can... You were getting a little sense of it before, but it's a lot more clear now that you're in here. There is a terrible smell coming from the bottom left cell.
From the bottom left cell?
Yup.
Gross. Diana is gonna go, like...
I was about to say,
Where'd
what
that-
kind of smell? Like chemical, rot?
Rot.
Yeah.
Diana's gonna go, like, where that little piece of wall is. And then just kind of peek around the corner through the... I assume those are, like, a jail cell door.
They're like jail cell doors, yeah.
Yeah, she's just gonna peek around it.
Okay. Yeah, looking around and in there. I'll let you move up. There is something in there. There are something that's a little easier for you to see than for Bartholomew. There's a ton of spider webs in there. There's a ton of spider, like, cocoon sac type things throughout as well. But specifically what you can see is that there are giant stalks, and there's a giant humanoid in there. Seems to be very still right now. You can't really make out too much of it from here, but there's a dude in there.
She's gonna get a little closer and see if she can get a better view of, like, who's in there. Or, not who, but, like,
Yeah.
what kind of person is in there.
Okay. Give me a perception check, and we will see if you can see a little better from here. And also, I'm assuming you're using a light source because you're Diana. So,
Oh, yeah.
shining a light on whatever that is.
Yeah.
It's
Damn
it's
right.
it's hard to make out any details here. Like it's definitely humanoid, but you can't really see too closely as to what exactly it is. It's not moving.
She's gonna look back at the others and be like, and she's whispering this, but I'm not gonna whisper for quality purposes. Guys, there's something in this cell, and I can't quite make out what it is. Looks like a person maybe, but I'm not 100% sure. Whatever it is, it's not moving. I'm tempted to go ahead and just unlock the door and go see what it is.
I would not do that.
Okay, but what if it's somebody who needs help?
So, can I see, not the cell Diane is looking in, can I see if there's anything in the other cell, the really big one?
You can do a perception check.
Aiden's gonna get a little closer to Diana and just be like, if it's like Sorkhan, we need to make sure they're there first. Mind.
Make sure what?
Their mind. Make sure their mind is there.
If they're... what does that have to do with them being still?
It's probably too
Sorkhan
late.
was still at first, too. If they wake and they attack, that is not good.
If they,
I'm just-
they attack, I'm just going to attack back.
Aiden
We
goes
don't
to
have
look.
time. We don't have time for every potential person that's a victim. There's probably not much we can do, especially while Shelara is still here.
Fair point. You know what? I say we move on ahead.
Aiden's gonna take a look at them at least before we walk away.
Okay.
And I'm going to guidance myself because I'm not concentrating on anything.
Okay.
Perception. Or actually, would it be a medicine check to see their condition and what's going on with their body?
Because you're 25 feet away, you can't really get a proper medicine check on it, but you can do perception to make stuff out. You would have to get close to actually do a medical examination.
Okay. Perception then. Do that. And then add the D.
Okay, so 15. So looking at them from here, with your, I guess, night vision goggles, I assume.
Slap them boys on.
So you can see from here that whatever is in there is not moving, but
breathing,
you don't pick up on breathing, but you do, looking at it from here, notice that when you're looking at it, it has... There's heat in it. It's not quite breathing. You're not seeing an up and down of the chest, but you are, just because of the nature of your goggles specifically, you are seeing trace amounts of heat in it. This is not a cold corpse, if that's what you were thinking.
Yeah.
It's just very still.
Yeah, he's not gonna mess with it for now because, like Anna said, and what he wants to take care of is the Shelara situation first. So he's gonna follow behind them.
Okay.
But he's got that noted.
Diana's gonna keep proceeding forward. But I want her to basically just be looking around for just any other potential victims, or just basically any signs of anything. I don't want to say out of the ordinary because we are literally in a spider-infested dungeon, but
anything that stands out.
That stands out.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay.
Do I need to make a new perception check for that, or?
You can do a new perception check for these other cells.
Okay.
I'm glad you're rolling these here, at least. There are much worse things to roll low on 20s on, I suppose.
Ew.
Yeah, you're finding that a lot of these rooms are too densely filled with spider webs to properly get a feel of what, if anything, is in them. But they are all locked doors.
Hi.
Now that I'm a little further in, I'm gonna have the bat move a little forward.
Okay.
And I too will be continuing looking for other victims.
Okay, so the bat is moving forward. As the bat moves into the further up area, the bat sees a little bit of rustling in one of these cells to the right.
Which one? The bottom?
The third one on the right from here. So diagonal up from, essentially up here.
This one?
Yeah, to the right of where I've just placed him right now.
Okay.
So
Not the cell that's across, that has all of the spiders.
No, not that one. That has its own grossness going on. And notably, that one doesn't seem to have a closed door. It's one of the only ones. But no, there's some motion going on in the spider webs of this room to the right.
Can I have Bartholomew try and look closer?
Sure.
Is that another just roll a 20?
Yeah, just roll a new 20. Okay. So yeah, Bartholomew, inspecting this cell, sees there's a bit of a giant cocoon-like bundle of something, but it seems to be pulsing a little bit, like in line with like breathing. So whatever's in there is not fully docile.
All right, we've got up ahead a cocoon, and there's movement in it. So it's probably about human sized.
About humanoid, yeah.
Yeah, it's about human sized. Gross. It's in one of the little, it's like smaller cells up ahead.
Back where she was. Or where her token is.
Oh, I have moved away from my Anna's token, so now I don't know where she is.
Yeah, I don't see Diana on there.
Diana's
I can
way
see
far
Diana.
ahead.
Oh.
Annis is just to the right of Derek.
Can't grab her.
You can't grab her?
No.
You want me to just drag her up?
Yeah.
How's that?
Yeah. Roughly in line with Diana, yeah. Derek's leading her along.
Okay,
Yep.
and then no other creatures along this pathway for people.
None that you've identified yet. Just lots of spiderweb filled rooms and locked doors.
Hide behind this
If
corner.
anyone is saying anything to me, once again, I can't hear. We don't know whether this is going to be a hostile creature or whether it's a victim, but might be worth trying to save this one. It's moving. I think it's probably breathing.
I'd say let's take a peek. See what we can do.
I will have the bat move a little further forward first.
Okay. That moves a little forward and past the row of all of these individual cells. And to the right is a very large room. It seems to be closer to a grand theater or cathedral type space.
Oh, got a big room up ahead, just past the jail cells.
Whew. Oh boy.
All right, I'm going to come out of bat vision. So I come out of bat vision.
Okay.
All right, it's this one up here.
Yep, there is some giant spiderwebby cocooned thing between 5 and 6 feet long in there.
Oh,
in the one straight ahead.
in this one?
Not yet. Not the one with the eggs in it, but the other one, the one on the right.
Yeah.
And I gotta
Gotcha.
see if I can see things because it might.
Oh, it's locked though, right?
It is locked.
Hold on. So like this area.
Yep, in there.
Yep.
Can see if there's like a number or anything on the lock on the door, or basically something to signal like this is this lock. It will match with this key.
Yep. There are numbers in Elven script.
Okay, yeah, she's gonna flip through the keys until she finds one that matches.
Question.
She does. Go ahead.
While she's doing that, before she opens the door with my goggles, what kind of heat signature can I pick up any from inside that cocoon?
Yes.
And like, is it human shaped?
The cocoon is roughly the size of a human in a sleeping bag, and warmth is coming from it.
Okay, but the warmth doesn't have a more defined shape.
It's kind of hard to tell with the layers on it. Like the
Okay.
the weird dude you found before was not fully covered in spider webs. They were just filling the area. This is wrapped around someone or something.
Okay.
This is like a giant duffel bag of mystery.
Ugh.
Hey.
Going to unlock the door.
It unlocks.
Alright, she's very carefully gonna step in.
Yeah, Annis will step in also beside her.
Okay.
Alright, I'm going to approach it. Wherever it is in the cell, I don't see it, so.
Yeah, I'll put a thing on the map for you. Let's just say right there.
Then yeah, she's gonna.
It's stuck to the wall specifically.
She's gonna approach it and then take a look around and see if she can see any like gaps in the spider web or basically anything that can give her any sort of clue of what's inside the cocoon.
Roll me investigation. It's hard to tell, but that's enough to tell that like it is humanoid. This is not like a giant sack of spider babies. Like there's some kind of large humanoid creature in here, or medium size in game terms, humanoid creature in here. But it is covered head to toe, and it seems to be kind of a testament to the quality of the web, I guess, that it can breathe at all.
She looks over at Annis and she's like, well, whatever it is, it's not a bunch of spiders.
That's good.
So that's great.
I'm sorry, Aiden. She's going to take out the sword, obviously not on fire. Just like carefully kind of towards the bottom of the cocoon, sort of start poking the sword to see if the webs will like slice, if there's any give.
The webs are sticky and kind of flexible, so it's more like trying to poke taffy. You get the impression that you would have to apply a bit of force to rip it out, or you would have to apply fire.
I don't want to do that.
As you poke it, though, the spiders scurrying around all stop.
Annis will also stop.
They seem to just be watching you.
Not good idea right now.
You also hear a mumble noise coming from whatever is in this cocoon.
In Elvish, Annis will say, "We will come back for you. I promise. We will get you out of here."
She hears some kind of mumbly noise back.
And then she will step back, retract the sword, and put it away.
I have an idea if you don't mind.
Okay, but the spiders are watching.
I know, I know. She's gonna lean up to the cocoon and be like, "Are you from Sherwood? Make a noise if yes. Don't make a noise if no." Okay, okay. All right? Same response type. Um, are you a ranger? Okay.
So the only way we're getting this person out of here is by cutting the cocoon open or burning it, and that's a bad idea.
We're not gonna do that. Do you? Ooh. What if I froze it?
His
And then we just-
breathing.
I'm saying, what if we freeze the cocoon and then chip the cocoon off?
Might not be. Oh, but if you did that, he wouldn't be able to breathe, or she.
Uh,
Can you only freeze like the bottom half?
I don't know.
Aiden gets close to Annis to whisper to her, and is like, "Their eyes are on us. We know where they are. We can come back." If now we draw ire,
Yeah, Annis will take out the notebook and write specifically for Diana. Yeah, we still haven't done anything aggressive towards Shelara. This would basically be declaring war.
All right. May I ask this person one more question?
thumbs
And
up.
then we can- Huh?
Thumbs up.
Annis will just nod.
Okay. All right. My friend, I am so sorry. I can't get you out of there right now, but it's a work in progress. Do you recognize my voice or any of the voices that are with me? Okay. This is going to turn into a three-part question. I apologize. Do you recognize my voice? Okay. Do you recognize her voice?
Mine.
Okay. Do you recognize his voice? Okay, so you know all three of us. Okay. Oh.
Ask if breathing is okay.
If what?
If the breathing will be okay for a little bit longer, pretty much. He's asking if the breathing's okay.
Okay. My friend here wants to know if you will be okay for a little longer. Was that a yes?
It was a. You get the impression that that was more of a "Are you kidding me?" kind of reaction.
I'm just asking a question that was relayed to me. I'm so sorry. Okay, wait. One more question. This isn't, oh god, I'm blanking on their name. This isn't Sariel, is it? No.
She wasn't missing, so.
Yeah. Okay, alright. We will be back. So please don't lose hope. We will be back soon. Alright, and then she's gonna god, I can't move. Gonna back up.
Hey, let me get out of the way too. Who?
And then she's gonna look at the two, look at Annis and Naiden and be like, on one hand, I get what you're saying. On the other hand, they could help us.
Do I know if spiders can... If I were to cast daylight, would that blind the spiders? I know they run away from that.
Specifically spell daylight.
Mm-hmm.
I'm verifying how that works in this edition.
I remember they ran when we first had it in the caves, and they didn't like the light. But
Mhm.
Aiden's trying to prevent any and all aggro right now, because the moment we do, not only are we in danger, but so is he, because he is stuck in there. We don't know how long it's going to take to get him out. Like, he wants to
I
kill
don't know
Shelara.
who's in there.
So
I mean,
the daylight spell does not inherently blind things. When it comes to spiders, because you've encountered plenty of them, I'm not going to do a special roll for that. Just like a spider, in terms of the creature, they do not have light sensitivity. So while they have dark vision, nothing bad will happen to them. If bright light happens, they just don't like it, apparently.
All right. Obviously, we have to come back.
You guys would like. Actually, here, hand me that piece of paper, Annis.
Yeah, she hands over the notebook.
And she's going to write out. Shelara knows you guys and knows that you guys aren't hostile towards her, but she doesn't know me.
he writes back.
If you want to go, she's like stares at him for a second, like she's like, I'm still writing, and she writes, I can handle this situation if you three want to go a little further ahead, and you can deny knowing me if that helps you.
He starts writing on the paper. Because you said she sees us as hostile or non-hostile? Because he's about to correct
But she
that.
does not see you as hostile.
Okay, cool. Sorry, it didn't put the non there. He's just like, you came in with us, and Annis introduced us as friends. There is no denying it. And if anything were to happen in this room, you are without us, and they are trapped. Our best bet is to take her after we get information and are in a room. It's like taking her by surprise is better than drawing hostility in this room.
While that's happening, Annis just goes back into bat vision.
And it's like, because it's like we haven't done anything. Though the sword, and he also writes down, the sword being out, they know she has the sword now, so that's gonna draw more questions. Like, he just looks over to Annis after, it's just like, he's got a hand on his face because so many things have gone south at this point from the original, let's just private meeting her. And it's like, the plan was to get the victims, but in Aiden's mind, it was like, okay, we'll get the information, we'll take care of her, and then we'll scour this place. And the order is everywhere. So he's just trying to find a way to salvage this at this point.
Alright, Diana's just gonna be like, then, and write this out. Then what do you suggest we do now?
We don't know where she is. We were told that we would wait in the parlor. Do we want to go back, or do you want to continue forward? We found who we're looking for, at least, so we know where to go afterwards. What? The biggest thing is making sure the butcher doesn't see us, and we don't draw that aggro.
It's gonna write out, I'm here for one thing and one thing only. I will let you guys decide what we are doing.
he puts back, like, I'm here for that too. Why do you think I'm here?
She's not gonna say anything, and she's not gonna write anything down. She's just going to stand there and wait.
Was I supposed to see that, Will?
Yep.
Okay. I'm just coming back out of Bat Vision, like, shh.
Out of character, we were writing this whole time. Like, we weren't talking out loud.
Okay.
Yeah, but also I could not hear what you said because you whispered.
Oh. Shh. The butcher is up ahead. Except whispered.
Aiden immediately turns around and just fucking... He can't risk it right now.
Okay, where are you sending your bat? Are you sending just up to the rafters?
Yeah, definitely. Like, as soon as he notices the butcher, he's gonna get as out of the line of sight, because, like, we both, like, I remember him seeing Goldhilda.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And knowing immediately.
Yeah. So, yeah, as your bat went around the corner, and while they were talking, the door at the top of those elevated stairs opened, and the butcher walked out of whatever room is up there, closed the big double doors, and is currently walking out.
Okay, which way? I kind of moved the bat into a non.
Right. So
he's going the opposite direction.
Seems to be walking out to the right. So away from where you are.
Okay. It's like he just wants to get around this wall.
Yeah, Annis is like ducking into Bat Vision and then ducking back out to make sure they're not like saying anything, and then like back into Bat Vision. Gonna try and move a little forward just to keep to keep like an eye on the butcher. Very risky, I know, but
give me a d20 roll for bat stealth.
Oh no. Okay. Can it be advantage because he's a bat?
Let me see what bats can do. But that is promising.
That's calling you for MVP?
Let's
He
see.
is the knight.
All right. Pull up his bat stats. Because he actually has a character sheet. So I can look at his stealth. That's promising. Okay. And gonna have... Okay, so so 20 plus dexterity is 22 plus your bat proficiency. Got it. So 24 stealthy. The butcher walks out and he's walking away to the right. But he pauses, and he turns and he looks up at the bat, and then he gives it a middle finger and walks away.
I'm just gonna have Bartholomew go up to the rafters and perch there.
Like over here?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm just hoping he gives Bats the middle finger and not that he specifically knows whose bat that is. Yeah, so I'm gonna have Bartholomew stay there and keep an eye out, make sure Butcher's not coming in our direction specifically. Or anything else or anyone else.
Okay.
I will be very quietly, like whispering, basically, like, all right, Butcher came out of a big door in the big room up ahead, but he's not coming our way. I think he saw Bartholomew, but he didn't. He just kind of flipped him off and then walked away.
See,
What was that?
I said, ooh, that's classy.
I don't know why I asked for clarification. I can't actually hear. Don't know what he's doing. Don't know where he's going, but he's not coming this way.
Yeah, like I'm just keeping his head around the
Some of-
corner.
I mean,
That's a lot of dice.
Yeah.
probably should head back.
Diana, you hear the sound of a door closing.
Oh, fuck. I just heard a door close. Where'd it come from? But, like,
Ahead.
towards the top? Huh?
Toward the top, yep.
I just heard a door close up ahead. And
Did
she's
the bat hear
whispering
it?
this, but
The bat did not hear it because the bat rolled a very small number on that D4. The 4D20. I was rolling for each of the perceivers, and the bat did not roll well on that. But you're lucky that Diana rolled a 19. So she heard it.
But yeah, she lets them know what she just heard. She's like, we should probably just head back to the parlor, as much as I hate to agree with this.
Annis is still in bat vision, keeping an eye out.
She's just gonna grab Annis's hand and start dragging her back and be like, all right, let's just go. Derek, I don't know how to fix her.
She's perfect the way she is.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'll come out of bat vision and notice it's Diana and go, oh, did something happen?
Door open, a door closed over there. We need to go.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll leave Bartholomew there. I'll get far enough away from him that I can't see through him. but
Okay.
I'll leave him there.
Okay. So you're going back down toward the parlor?
Yeah.
That being said, I can't see my token anymore.
Parlor.
I'll drag you down
She's
with
gonna
the others.
And she's gonna motion to Aiden as they pass and be like, come on, let's go.
Yeah, he is. The moment he sees y'all again, he'll trail immediately to get back in there.
Okay, so as you're going, all of you hear another door closing. Only this one sounds like a metal door closing, and the path to the south has been closed.
Oh dear. Fuck did the butcher get around that quickly?
Alright. Cancel that. Oh!
Eh?
I think I got rid of my character token on accident.
Oh,
Oh.
I'll drag you there again. One sec. I've really got to learn what they changed about how tokens work, because every time I drag one, it creates a normal token, and then it also creates a secondary one that I think means something.
I'm gonna move the hemlock token over there, not because I'm moving the bat obviously through a wall, but because that's I think where the rest of everyone else is.
Just so you can see easier.
Yeah.
Oh, let me drag them through the wall.
Well, okay, it doesn't go through walls. That
Nope.
worked. Yay, me.
All right. All right. I'm gonna drag Aiden's token.
Oh.
Back into here. And it makes 2, and I don't know the difference. There you go.
Oh.
Alright, yeah. Aiden is, at this point,
So
Aiden's
the
like,
door.
the door is south. The door where you're trying to get to the parlor.
The door that exits, yeah, the one that was just circled, the one that exits this area has closed.
Fuck.
And
We don't.
I don't know if Fantasy Grounds is crashing right now or not. It gave me a little pop-up with no context.
Huh.
So if it crashes, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
The last thing we want is to be trapped in a small space. So we should go that way, towards the big room.
Towards which room? Which way is the big
This
room?
way.
Yeah, Fantasy Grounds just
Can't
crashed,
see where
so...
I cannot see where you're gesturing.
I think we're about to get kicked in a second.
Yeah, it's about to kick you. The main Fantasy Grounds just crashed. So...
Ed.
I'm gonna let that crash, and then I'll restart it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go ahead and exit out of it then before it. Well,
I'm glad it at least gave me notice it was crashing so that I could get it off the screen with all of the IP numbers and stuff on it.
and yeah, there it goes.
Yeah. So, right now, anyone watching a recording is getting Reen staring at a TV, freaking out, which is appropriate. I'm glad that's our Be Right Back screen. That's fun for me.
Yeah. BRB really quick.
Was Anna's pointing in the direction of like the parlor, or like where we had heard, or where the butcher had come from?
Where the butcher came from, north of where we were.
Okay.
The direction I sent the bat. That's a nice big room. Because I don't think we want to try fighting in such a tight enclosed space.
Right.
Fantasy Grounds, figuring stuff out. Slowly and poorly.
I wonder why it crashed. Did it just
I don't
randomly
know.
update while we were playing?
I don't know. It was very odd because, like, I got a little pop-up, and I think it was supposed to be a descriptive error message, but it was just, like, the Fantasy Grounds logo with an angry exclamation mark and a triangle. So, like, you know, a warning sign, and then it closed, like, a minute later. So I don't know what was upset with it. I don't think we were even doing anything that intense. Like, we've run bigger maps than that before.
Right.
But at least it gave me enough notice that I could let you know what was going on. And pop it off the screen. Okay, so my main one has rejoined. Connecting the Merlin Vision. Once that gets past the connecting to server IP address, I will pop it up. But you should all be able to start reconnecting now.
Cool. Attempting connection.
Does what it can. I like how the secondary one that I have for recording is always acquiring file list, like, from the same computer. Like, it's a local connection on the same device. Also, apparently being able to connect to your own computer on Fantasy Grounds is not a common trait. For some reason, it's always worked for me. I don't think you're supposed to be able to do this.
Okay, I am back.
You should be able to connect to the game.
Yeah, I am joining back in.
Links can be shared by GM by dropping them on the chat window, apparently.
Hey.
Neat.
It's one of those, like, pop-up, like, the GM can individually share a campaign record by dropping it on the player's tabletop portrait.
That's fun.
Oh,
Now-
weird. This one just says, the butcher ain't hot shit. Huh. How weird.
How specific?
Alright. To not load up Penelope and see if that helps at all? She's like, I'm too busy.
She's got stuff to
doing
do.
other things. She's got stuff to do. She's got a whole list.
She has some exciting stuff to do that I look forward to teasing next time you guys are in a fight and I get to do fun cutaways.
Tee.
Oh,
That's
wow.
not happening anytime soon. Us, we don't get in fights.
Yeah,
What are you talking about?
because
Never
it's...
ever.
Should just
I think it rolled back to a few minutes before the crash because it has all of you standing outside the prison cells again. I didn't know it worked that way.
Why?
Well, I was gonna say, I need you to pop that map for me because I've got
Yeah.
nothing right now.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. It's,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I wasn't sure if it was just me.
No, it's coming.
No, it's
Oh, all of the beautiful bat D20 or 20 rolls, all 2 of them are gone.
Oh.
There we go.
Yay. Oh, look, I'm a nice in my hidey spot.
I think it might have actually been when I dragged Aiden back into the map again
Oh,
because
I was too powerful.
Mm-hmm.
clearly it just can't handle that many abs.
Absolutely. Too much centaur.
The fun thing about
Anyway.
centaurs is that they have a lot of redundant organs.
Yeah, they do.
Anyway, I was saying we should go that way. If you guys can see the arrow I just drew.
Okay, I'm gonna put the screen back up for the world. There we are. We have returned. So Ennis has opted to suggest we go to the north. Aiden previously was trying to go to the south.
Yeah, Aiden was trying to get the fuck out of there, back to the parlor earlier.
But then the door closed.
Yeah.
Door to the south has in fact closed.
From where I'm at, I know it's really far, but like, do I see? Like, Aiden's like, did it shut when I made it like right over here? Like, 'cause I was still standing.
Yeah, as
there.
you started to go south, in response to the announcement of the butcher. Ooh, I hear myself.
I hear it too.
But as you, yeah, weird. Anyway, yeah, as you started to go south, the door closed to the south.
Did I see anybody? Like, is there anybody standing there? Or, like, is it the spiders?
You didn't see anyone closing it. You just saw that it closed.
Going to assume spiders. Okay, Aiden will then get over to them and kind of whisper that he thinks it was the spiders. 'Cause he doesn't see anybody.
Diane's just gonna point in the direction that Annis was pointing at and be like, go that way.
He's gonna nod and follow y'all.
When Annis gets right at that corner, she's gonna like carefully peek around and just make sure there's no Shelara, no butcher.
Peeking around the corner, give me a perception check. Because you're looking for something.
Mhm.
You do not
Oh.
see either of them.
Okay, I think the coast is clear.
Okay.
Aiden's very much not thrilled about this. He's gonna stop Diana for a moment.
What is it, Sunshine?
If the door, and he's talking to you in Sylvan, so it's easier. If the door has shut to the south and they're trying to push us north, this is a tactic to trap us. There's no other way. They have sensed hostility, I'm sure of it, and I think we've lost the opportunity to ask questions. I'm worried the moment we go north. I'm hoping we can still talk, but I think this is to push us the way they want. I don't know if the butcher's gone.
Well, then what would you suggest we do?
At this point, either we see if the south door can be opened again and just be like, hey, look, Derek had to, need to go to the bathroom. We saw things on the way. Yes, RB, maybe we shouldn't have messed with that. But I'm worried. I don't know. I want to make sure that we are fine. And also, kind of eye points back to that person that everything will be fine. What are your thoughts, Diana? What do you think? We can't let Annis get too far.
Yeah, I'm willing to take the fall as the person who decided to go snooping. I'll say that I had to go to the bathroom.
Okay,
So
let's just
go
make
get
sure.
Annis.
Yeah,
Let's...
make sure she's okay.
Alright, she's gonna peek around the corner for Annis.
She peeks around the corner and can see Annis.
Alright. Just
There we go. Yeah, I just wanna.
and just wave at her.
Annis waves back.
And she's gonna motion to come back towards where they are.
Is that you instructing Bartholomew to come back?
Yeah, she
Okay.
was waving for Annis to come back.
Okay.
Is she coming back?
Yeah, I'm just resolving the order that people chose their motion paths, because you can't see them, but I see them all popping up together, and I just try to do them in order so that things continue to make sense. So, Bat is instructed to return. Annis comes over here.
As Annis gets over there, she's gonna be like, I'm just going to take the fall for this. Let's head back to the parlor. And I will pretend to be the person who... I will be the person who needed to go to the bathroom and did not want to go by myself.
Okay.
And if you guys want, I can lead the way back. That way that way you guys can cover me from the back, and it's less look at these people charging forward and more look at this incredibly gorgeous but also really stupid lady looking for the bathroom.
You hear the sound of another metal door.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Where is it coming from? Can I pick up?
From the south.
Another metal door.
Aiden lets her know
Diana's...
immediately. It might be the same door.
Diana's just gonna keep walking.
Yeah.
She's like, we've got to do something.
Just don't want to get trapped in a small space.
And that's why we're gonna keep going.
So is Diana leading?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, I didn't want to... Aiden's gonna watch the back. I'm probably going to move him from here.
Alright, has Diana noticed any change in any of the doors as she's walked by?
She's not seen any changes in the doors, but give me a perception check for her.
Okay.
So, Diana using her... Oh, now I understand. Okay, sorry, I just figured out what the weird double token thing was. This makes more sense. Alright, so yeah, Diana looking around with her lantern, doesn't see any change in the doors as she walks by them. But as she's turning towards the southmost door, she sees something that wasn't there before.
The one they came through to get in here initially?
Yep.
Okay.
What she sees is this.
Oh god.
Fucking A, of course it is. That was...
And it, upon seeing her and her lantern, releases a horrifying noise. And then initiative is rolled.
Jeez.
Fucking A.
Hey, Aiden's not on the bottom this time.
Oh no.
All right. So we're going to bump this thing up. Gonna start with Penelope. It's funny. All right. So Penelope is currently receiving instructions on meeting up with the nice people from the Mages Association for the proper trade-off of items.
Oh.
They
Oh
would-
boy.
They would like to meet her in about a day.
Okay. On the plan for tomorrow. Oh boy.
What's up?
The guys from the Mages Association want to meet up to trade stuff.
Knife or stick?
Yeah, basically.
That's fair. All right, well. Hopefully they want to meet somewhere nice and public.
See, does it say anywhere on her instructions?
It includes a phone number to coordinate. So
Okay. Yeah,
you can coordinate with them after this, but that's the headline on when that will happen. So hey, by the time everyone else gets back, she might have a new stick.
Yay! So yeah, she'll work on texting them back and figuring out where that's happening.
Cool. All right, so that's Penelope's turn. Good times. Derek is up. Derek can hear the loud noise that the thing just made, and he is going to run on up. Derek. But that's about as far as he's going to get. So, Derek's turn. Aiden's turn. Look at Aiden going before other people.
Oh my god.
First time for everything.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. You can't see the dude, can you? Hold on. Let me turn on the... He's invisible.
Gotta make sure I close to Diana, because it's kind of concerned at this point.
There he is. Bam! Horse run.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure there's no sentience in this thing. I'm going to hold action. If it talks, cool. If it starts attacking, it gets a sacred flame.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. Annis, you are up.
Yeah, I don't know what I want to do. I guess I'll also hold action. If it starts to attack, I'll probably produce flame. Oh, but okay. Produce flame is an action, and then it's a bonus action to attack with it, so that won't work. Oh, when you cast this spell, or as an action on a later turn, you can hurl the flame at the creature. So, yeah, I guess I'll come over here, and if it starts to look aggressive, I'll produce flame and attack it. But otherwise, I'm holding my action.
Okay, so it looks aggressive, meaning like attacks or...
Yeah.
Okay.
What are we doing? Are we fighting this thing? Are we running? We could say it's in self-defense if Shelara asks, but I don't know about fighting it in such a close quarters.
What does Diana want to do?
It is Diana's turn to decide what she's going to do.
We should probably run, but that's probably what they're expecting.
Do you think we can just push it back into the cage?
I don't have the strength for that, I'll be completely honest.
Honestly, I don't know if I do either.
Strength.
You've still got a strength of what?
Hill giant strength.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. It's fair.
Yeah.
All right. We need to kill this thing. I think we need to kill this thing.
Okay.
Yeah, like, I'll hear you talking in the other room, but it won't come through the mic, if that makes any sense.
I'm not muted.
I know. It's just, like, every once in a while, I don't know if you're, like, peeking or if it's, or what, but, like, I'll hear you say something, but then I won't hear it actually, like, in the recording. Anyway, just letting you know that's what's happening.
Fun times. As far as I can tell, I can hear you. So, hopefully we are still making sense. Alright, so
Okay.
what Diana do?
She is going to... She's gonna cast Eldritch Blast at it.
Okay. You should be able to target it now that it is on the tracker. That's a hit. Okay, so Diana sends a blast of arcane energy across the room, lighting up the darkness briefly and striking the creature directly in the chest. As she does so, it doesn't seem to flinch. She does get a second blast, though.
Yeah.
Hey, yo.
Okay. Yep. She manages to hit it with both blasts, and it doesn't even recoil. Like, they're hitting it, but it doesn't seem to care.
It's like, okay, that's weird. She's gonna move closer.
Okay.
I didn't.
Yeah. And that's gonna be her turn.
Okay. The creature releases another noise and begins to move forward if anyone wants to hit it with their held actions.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I will let both of you go for it.
Okay. They need to make a save.
Okay. So it fails its save.
Cool. So that means I do the attack.
And that means I definitely hit it, right?
You did hit it.
Whew.
2d8. Hold on. If I do the attack, will it automatically know that? Okay, yeah, I think it does. Okay, yeah. Boop. 13.
Okay. So each of you with a different flavor of fire, I suppose. Yeah, Aiden unleashes a white-hot divine flame into it, and it singes. It smells horrible. But when Anis hits it with fire, it screams. And that, unlike the Eldritch Blast and the other blame, that makes it flail its arms around and pat at itself. And then, in its scream, it then charges forward at Diana. And as it's charging forward, flames covering it in parts, it just starts swinging massive, misshapen arms. Like, one arm is about a foot longer than the other one and club-like. This is not a well put together creature. But because it's not well put together, even though it swings its big club arm, the first time it goes completely over her head. And then it whirls around and hits her in the side, and this weird... It's not exactly ballet so much as a stumbling drunk. But when it does hit her, it hits her hard, smacking her firmly in the side of her armor. It blunts the damage a bit, but it hurts. She knows there's going to be a nasty bruise there.
Oof.
And now it's right up on her, and she can see very close in it. This was apparently several men at some point, or at least the leftovers of them, stitched together crudely with little attention to aesthetic. This almost seems like to Diana, this reminds her of the crude stitching that happened with Soren and Archon, but like perhaps this was a test run for that, because it's even more crude, even grosser. You can see the muscles sliding within the arm as it hits you. And back up to... We're going to skip Bartholomew, because I don't think Bartholomew's could be fighting. We're going to skip all the way down to Derek.
Yeah.
So, Derek knows it's fighting time. So, 5, 10, 15, 20. Derek runs up to here. And looking over this giant, hideous monster, he tries to punch it in the burn marks assuming that that would probably be the most effective way to hurt this thing, given it seemed pretty durable otherwise. So, pulls back and tries to give it a good old monk punch. And succeeds, because it's a big dumb target. And then he, after hitting it once, spins and tries to double kick off of it. This thing does not seem to be hard to hit. So he punches it in the burn mark. It ignores him, and then he spins and kicks it once, then pushing off of that against the bars, pushes back to kick it again, and then lands in his attempt at looking really cool, but it is just ignoring him, flailing on it. You can see Diana specifically, you're close to see that he is hurting it. This thing is getting torn. It just does not actually seem to have the nerve capacity to feel this pain.
Ooh.
Okay, that's a lot. We got a no-seller over here. Keep the fire coming. And it's Aiden's turn.
Alright, I'm going to check how far I am from this thing currently. Okay, 30. So I'm going to move 30 back, just so I have eyes on the cell behind us.
Okay,
And I'm going to hit him again with the Sacred Flame.
go for it.
I don't know why it rolled.
There's a reason.
Okay.
Can I say that I am having Bartholomew keep an eye behind us? Like,
That-
as in towards the big room.
Yeah, you can have him doing that, but like you obviously can't see what he's doing. He's just looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if he sees anything, he knows how to get my attention.
Yeah.
And then I want to check and make sure there is nothing going towards that cage.
Nothing going towards the
Where the guy is stuck in the
Got it.
web.
yeah, looking that way you don't see anything this time.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, your divine light hits the creature and it grumbles, but it's nowhere near what it did when Annis lit it on fire.
Yeah.
Though that said, it does look pretty. It's looking pretty beat up. Like every time you hit it, whether it's with physical attacks or magecraft, it dents inward, and it doesn't pop back out. You're not entirely sure. Like your knowledge of medicine tells you that it should probably be on some level pushing back out, and it's not. This thing is just collapsing in on itself as it takes hits.
Okay.
All right, is that everything for Aiden?
That's it, yeah. And keeping track behind and just hitting at that
Okay.
60 feet.
Annis' turn.
Okay, I think we need to put this thing out of its misery. So, drawing a sword and then attacking with the sword in the same turn, is that action bonus action, or is that just all one action? Like
You
drawing
can
a-
draw a sword and attack with it. As
Okay.
long as it's not like in a deep bag or something, you can pull it out.
Hmm.
So,
Gonna use the bonus action. I know the word to make it catch on fire, right? I feel like I learned that.
you did. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna bonus action to light it on fire and just slash at this guy. Hopefully I can hit him.
Go for it. You are very strong right now.
That doesn't seem right. Hang on. Oh yeah, I guess that is it. Okay. Or no, wait, that's damage. I'm intelligent. Okay. Nope. Wait, I hit it?
Yeah.
Oh, right, because I'm super fucking strong.
You've got a big bonus right now.
Alright, so slashing and magic. So if I just drag this over, it should
Should do it.
something. It's It's just kind of maybe
Not
this
actually
one?
applying it to the creature.
Yeah, it's
I will drag your target on it, and then you could just double click it. So let's do that. All right, you are now targeting it. You can double click the damage.
well, there it goes.
Okay. Does that include the fire?
I think I grabbed the 1d8 plus 1 slashing, comma, magic 1d8.
Got
and
it.
dragged it over. So
Yeah. While the sword is ablaze, it deals an extra 2d6 fire damage to any target it hits. So it has not done the 2d6 yet.
okay. I guess I'll just grab 2d6
Yeah, just
and roll it.
thought I included an entry for the fire, but I guess not. Yeah, roll your 2d6. All right, so that'll be that, and
Yeah, and that's action, movement, bonus action. So that's all for me.
okay. Let me account for that damage that you just did to it. Oh, you had it targeted, so the 6 did apply, I think. Or did you just roll 2d6?
I tried to drag the 2d6 onto it and it didn't work, so I just rolled 2d6 in the
Okay.
chat.
Then I will apply the damage. So, Diana, the sight of the flaming sword put absolute horror on this creature's face after ignoring nearly everything else, and then getting cut with it, especially gross for you. When the flaming sword hit this thing, the stitches all along its body started to erupt with a disgusting black ooze. And it seems to be boiling on the inside.
Ew.
And it's right next to you.
Choice.
And it looks serious, but on the inside she's going like, oh my god, I hate this, oh my god, I hate this, oh, please be over soon.
Okay, yeah, she's going to pull her sword out and use its property to extinguish non-magical flames.
Okay, the flames on it go out. The flame on the sword remains.
Cool. No pun intended there, but she's gonna attack it.
Oh, also your lantern goes out.
Oh no!
Fuck. Wait, wasn't it battery powered?
Oh, did you get... Yeah, you had modern ones. Never mind. You're right. You're totally right. Yeah, you're fine. You're totally fine. I forgot what kind of lantern you had.
It's
Yep.
a torch, but not a torch.
It's a British torch, not a standard torch. Yeah, you get it. Yeah, you hit it both times. Rolled him damage.
Didn't let the first attack for me, and I was like, what happened?
Okay, you hit it, and it collapses, and in a disgusting noise, it deflates. Like, it deflates, more of that disgusting black ooze comes out from all of the areas that were crudely stitched together. Its face collapses, and you get the impression that whatever was keeping this thing up was not proper. This thing is done. There's now just a puddle of ruined mammal in front of you. It smells awful.
Nasty. I'm going to step around. And then she's gonna go approach the cell door.
Okay.
Or not cell door, the
The door to the
door
area.
to this area. Yeah.
Okay.
Is it locked?
It is locked.
She's gonna unlock it.
she takes out the big key and she pops it in, and it does in fact unlock.
It's like, I'm gonna go on ahead.
All right, you are all out of initiative now. You can do stuff if you want to.
Yeah.
Oh, Annis immediately sheaths the sword and puts the flame out.
Annis also senses that her bat poofs. Your bat has poofed.
I didn't get over here immediately.
Aiden's concerned about the person at this point. I don't think when there was a possibility that this could be talked through, but at this point, I think he's more concerned that everything's gone awry. He's gonna stay right there.
Shit. My bat. Something got it.
Your bat?
If you were saying anything, I couldn't hear you.
Something happened to your bat?
Something got it.
Oh.
Aiden's keeping his eyes right over there. He's watching.
I think there's someone coming from up ahead, and she'll point back past the direction where Aiden is.
Back and forth, isn't it? Do we just want to go on ahead then? Did anyone hear me?
Yeah. I
All
think
right.
at this point we're gonna have to. I don't think there's any talking out at this point. It's like, unless Aiden calls out to her right now and like, hey, like, I'm sorry, like, we didn't wait in the... Does he see any movement that way at all?
Roll perception.
Alright, I'm guiding myself. He is, for dear life... Please don't fail me now. Perception. 18.
And you're looking forward?
Yeah, I'm
to the
looking
dock?
towards that cage where Hemlock poofed.
No, the bat.
Where the bat poofed, yeah.
Or sorry, the pat
Yeah.
poofed, yeah. The token of Hemlock, yeah.
You don't see any movement up there.
Does your bat poof disappear, whatever, if you walk too far away from it?
No, it doesn't. I just can't see through its eyes.
And I
It
see
only
no
moves if I tell it it can go back, or if something attacks it.
Gotcha.
no movements around me or towards Diana and Annis.
Nothing you see yet. Though I guess looking around, you do see that all of the spiders have stopped scurrying and are just watching you.
Aiden's
we head
gonna
back? What?
Aiden's gonna look towards the spiders and like Annis and be like, can you talk to them?
Yeah, I can still talk to them.
Ask them if she's upset. Let her know we're sorry.
Are there any spiders, like, directly in my vicinity?
Oh yeah. They're everywhere.
Yeah. She'll just find the closest ones, and she's still got speak with animals up, I'm pretty sure. She didn't lose concentration or do anything else.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. We got a little carried away.
Mother says it will be useful data.
It was useful data.
She appreciates your assistance.
Well, glad we could be of use. Obviously we didn't wait in the parlor. Sorry about that too. Should we go back and wait, or should we meet her somewhere else?
You are welcome in the main audience chamber.
That's that big room up ahead.
That is one way to reach it.
That is one way to...
Reach it.
Alright. So she'll, like, kind of back and forth between Diana and Aiden go, we are welcome in the large audience chamber, which is that big room up ahead. So we should go there.
Is the other guest gone?
I'll turn back to the spiders. Is the stitched man still here, or has he left?
He is presently taking a tour of the eastern half of the building. Would you like to see him?
No, definitely not. We just came here to talk to Shelara. We don't want to bother her other guests. So, and, again, talking to kind of both, like, okay, I can't keep talking to both of you. Her other guest is currently taking a tour of a different part of the lab. He's still here, but he's not on this side, I think.
Then let's just go meet her in these audience chambers.
Yep. For the record, the spiders said that the fight against that big thing back there was useful data, and she appreciates our assistance.
Aiden's gonna go up to Diana really quick too, and whisper once again to her and Sylvan. Hey. Oh, sorry, I'm not gonna whisper for, yeah.
Don't actually whisper.
Yeah, I had a moment where I was like, fuck. Be like, look, if me and Annis just talk to her, like you mentioned, if, I don't know, either you stay by the door or stay behind, maybe we can still pull that off. What do you want to do?
Stay at the door. I'll stay at the door.
Okay, and then when we, he looks at her, he looks at Annis and he looks at Diana. Has she ever had pineapples before?
I don't think she knows what that means.
What?
So he whispers to her. It's like, when I ask about pineapples, get out of Dodge.
Like, run away?
Like, help what we're here for.
Okay, because... Okay, so when you say that word, you want me to come and help you and not run away like you just said.
No, I would... Me and Annis, at least for a moment, if you want to get the other guy out of here... Like, and he's whispering real soft to her.
I see. I got you.
That's the key word for things are about to happen.
All
so
right,
you can go help him. That way, she's preoccupied. Just, if you want to lurk by the door in the meantime.
She's like, all right, I will wait. She's gonna wait outside the cell where they found the guy person thing. She's gonna be like, all right, you guys go on ahead. I'll catch up.
Okay. He's like, and if you need anything too, say that word back. Just
okay.
Pineapple anything.
I won't be far behind.
Oh, splitting the party. What a good idea.
Well, I thought she was gonna stay inside the atrium and then move out. She wants to stay here.
I mean, that's splitting the party either way.
What does Diana want to do?
Diana is there to help you guys kill Shelara.
Okay, well then, yeah, you can just come in then. I know she mentioned doing this at one point when we were potentially in there talking to her. So it's like, Aiden was like, okay, if you want to do this.
She's just like, I can hang around outside the door. I will wait outside the door while you two have your conversation. While you guys have your conversation with her. I will not wait over here. We're gonna worry about this afterwards.
Okay.
After
Sorry, I
your
thought she was saying earlier that she wanted to be out here
conversation.
anyway.
It doesn't matter. We're gonna
Okay.
just go on and go.
Okay, so
Let's go.
Okay.
team is advancing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so coming up here and rounding to the main area, you see that this place, at some point, seemed to hold a giant audience chamber that might have served as... Well, there's any number of functions it could have had. Like, it's large enough to have hosted large functions. People could have possibly danced in here at some point. But somewhere along the way, a lot of this was repurposed time and again, and now there's all kinds of wooden devices spread throughout. Some of this looks like it might have been used for like war at some point. In other ways, it looks like this is an area that simply has a lot of open space for experimentation based on the random scorch marks, damage done to the ground and the walls. Spider webs are, of course, everywhere. Hanging from above, there are chains running up to the ceiling at different points, which have little spiders scurrying back and forth across them. There's a curved stairway that goes up towards the door that Annis previously saw the butcher leave from. And in general, looking around this room, the ceiling is very high up. You would wager that in this area, unlike the one before, it domes a bit. And the area that you're in right now, it goes up at least 30 feet. The stairs take you up maybe 10 feet to a doorway, but this is a tall room, and the walls here are covered with spiders. So you would not be able to do your wall running antics without stepping on spiders.
Oh, I love what she's done with the place.
I will wait here for you two.
We were told that the spiders told me that we were welcome in the audience chamber. I'm pretty sure that's what this is.
Yes. Sunshine seems to want just the two of you to go talk to her.
No. Okay, out of character. I thought that you wanted to stay behind. That is why
I see what you were saying then, because it made me think you were going, okay,
No.
the two of us will talk. Okay.
No.
Then
What I was trying to give was that because so Aiden's at the point where it's like, okay, he's unsure because it's like, do we it's like Annis then clarified, okay, we still have what seems like the neutral ground, but he's still kind of worried because she just sent somebody to attack us. So he was trying to let Diana know. He's like, okay, earlier it was like we still had the neutral, like just plain neutral, and now he's like, if you need to go ahead because we are unsure if she'll throw another attack at us before we can do a talk. He was just trying to be like, hey, if you want to do that now, I'm not going to stop you. Like, not hey, don't go with us to talk, because he does want you there. He just wanted to give you that option because she was like, I'm here for this one job.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
And
so...
yeah, she's just gonna follow them in whenever they decide to walk in.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, sorry that wasn't quite clear.
We got there. All right, so group is up here. You can see the big open audience area, and you are welcome to wander out as you see fit.
Gonna definitely look at the ceiling and make sure there aren't any spider ladies hanging from said ceiling.
Go for it. Roll perception.
It's gonna be a 1. No, it's a 6. That's an 8.
That's an 8. The ceiling of this room is covered in spider webs, and not just like covering it as in like a wallpaper of spider webs. Like there are threads and strands of it going off in all directions. It's a mess to see through. But you also see motion in it constantly. There are normal sized spiders. There are some of those giant spiders like you saw way back under the wellspring scuttling around up there too. It's hard to tell if there's a specific one that's her, but there's a lot of very large spiders and like hundreds of small ones all over. It looks like the ceiling is swaying as the webs rock back and forth with the spiders running over them. You kind of feel seasick looking up.
Do yourselves a favor and don't look up.
Planning on it.
Just nodding.
Well, that door up there, and she's gonna gesture up to that door, is where our friend came out. So she might be through there. I don't know if we should wait here or if we should go on ahead.
Well, do we know if this is the main audience chamber?
I would assume so. I suppose I can ask. Yeah, and just like not even checking to see if there are spiders nearby because she knows there are. Just in spider, she's just gonna ask like, are we in the right place? Is this where Shelara will meet us?
You're in the correct place. Mother will await you at the top of the stairs.
They're saying she will await us at the top of the stairs. I don't know if that means we need to go up there or if she will come from there.
Let's just go up there then. And Diana's just gonna start and look that
Okay.
way.
Gonna be at the bottom of the stairs.
I mean, we escorted you here to deliver the thing to her. So maybe you should go first?
Yeah. There we go. I have a really fabulous bodyguard. Look at how amazing she is. This. Are there more stairs? Am I like?
Nope, you're up. You're level now. So, up here, it's a bit of an... The staircase overlooks the main open area to the south, which I guess the way that I drew the lines on this makes it hard to see, so I'm just going to go ahead and delete them. So this is about to open up. Get a small idea of how this part of the game works as I start deleting stuff. There you go. Hopefully that makes a little more sense as a layout. So, cool. So, as the lot of you reach the top of the steps, you can all see the large form of Shelara up here, let's... show her on the map. No, it's not showing her on the map. Alright, this is dumb. I'm going to just make her token new because the game is dumb. Alright. There she is.
Oh boy.
Okay, so you can see her scuttling out in between all of the web lines running throughout the ceiling area. And she lowers herself upside down, her white hair hanging directly down under her head, almost like a noose waiting to wrap around you. Welcome. I trust you've enjoyed your participation in my research.
That's... was not known to us until after.
I assumed you were volunteering by entering the test room. It was very generous of you. You in particular have helped me so much with my work.
Sorry, it keeps cutting out.
Fair enough. She says that Aiden in particular has helped her so very much with her work.
Just gonna fucking scream internally.
The plant you so graciously gave me provided insight into things unknown.
You're still cutting out.
It doesn't want me to roleplay voice. That's fun. Anyway, yeah, so she says that she appreciates the plant that you gave her before because it provided insight into whole new branches that she never considered.
You can see the like for everyone else, you can see like the look of exasperation, or it's just like, I was hoping you would go away from that field of all of that.
It is my purpose.
Well, I've got an item. Said I was bringing another one back, but we were hoping for some, questions answered, if possible. Sharing information. An item pulls out like the bottle of polymorph, and he's just like, this allows for people like us to have 2 legs.
Do you desire only 2 legs?
It makes for walking about easy when needed, but it's not something that's ever been possible before. Not for us.
It has proven difficult to add legs. Removal is a trivial matter.
Except this doesn't keep them gone. This is just a temporary form. And it allows you to walk around.
Does it change you?
Into a human? Yes. For an hour.
So it is transient.
Yes.
That is woefully limiting. I seek to change things. I seek to make them better. She starts to scurry back up towards the ceiling.
You said you didn't think about the plants in that aspect. Why deny a possibility here for some information?
What you offer is not change, it is merely a failed permanence. Your plant showed me a different way for things to exist.
All right, then. He looks at her and he says, if I offer a strand of my hair, would you be willing?
What do you seek?
I want to know your connection with the man that was just through here.
Is it not obvious?
I think it is obvious, but what are you getting out of it? What is going on here? What is... He is someone that kills our kind.
He understands the value of permanent change. He is a magnificent creature who has been here for longer than any of us, but does not stagnate, does not settle for how things are. He is a rarity among immortals.
So he was immortal prior to you adding pieces to him.
I would not be so fortunate if he were not. Few could handle so many.
So he's been here for hundreds and thousands of years with you.
He has come and gone at times, but he was before I.
And you're not worried he won't take your parts?
He has no need for mine. It is my mind that benefits him.
Does he visit through the same entry that you have in the cave? Or does he have another entry here?
You would need to ask him. He knows many ways.
Do you know where his base is?
He is of the world. He goes where he wishes. All of them do.
All of them who?
The disciples of the moon.
Have I ever heard that? Can I roll something?
I mean, you don't need to roll to know she's talking about dead apostles.
Okay, okay.
Okay, I was like, is that another name? Oh, okay.
I'm just like, is that a weird sect of dead apostles I haven't heard
No,
of? But okay.
no, that's not going to be in the Type Moon wiki. That's just another phrase. I came up with a bunch of synonyms because I don't want everything I say to just be like the first 4 names given in the wiki.
Right, okay.
But yeah, you would all know from context that she's referring to dead apostles.
So the others have come to you too?
Most would not. Most are happy the way they are and do not have such ambitions. They are proud and they are limited.
Does Annis have anything she want to ask her, Diana?
That doesn't have anything to ask her.
Yeah, neither is Annis.
Like, Diana's literally just here to kill the bitch.
Okay, yeah. Well, I was hoping we would get some answers on the portals, seeing as apparently there's many, and she doesn't know all of them, or where. That was most of the questions, honestly. So he's just gonna look at them and be like... Before let me just think of any more questions.
As you do this, one of the giant spiders crawls down next to you. My child would be taking your hair now.
I'm not done with my questions. One moment, please. And he's just like, have another. Fuck, I lost it already. Alright, well, my brain can't remember it, so he just... Oh, yeah. Question. He's just like... Have you ever had pineapple juice before?
I don't have a question for Shelara, but I have a question in general. Like, what is she hanging from?
There's a nest of webs, incredibly thick, but you do see chains in between them as well. It seems like the entire structure of this room is meant for things to be able to scurry around 20 to 30 feet up. There are beams of wood, there are chains, there are webs, there are ropes, there's all kinds of stuff up there.
Okay, so she's hanging from it upside down about 20 feet above us?
Yeah.
Okay, so she's not like Spider-Man hanging from like a web or anything?
No. She's just looking at you from way up there. Like, her hair is hanging down a bit below her. Like, keep in mind, like, her body is huge. So, like, she might be 20 feet above you, but the distance between, like, her face and yours is closer to, like, 12.
You said pineapple.
Yeah, it's like if y'all don't have questions, then he's just gonna pop the question.
Laura, will you marry me?
Oh.
Shelara.
Gets down on one knee, except he can't because he's a fucking horse.
Oh my
Gets
god.
down on 4 knees. Doesn't get back up.
Oh, forget my hair. Can you, can we make 8-legged horses together?
I mean, if you offered that, she would, but not in the way you want.
Yeah, no, I know. Oh, I know. Yeah, I mean, she couldn't give any answers about the portals, and...
Okay,
yeah.
out of character. Pineapple was supposed to be... We can attack now, right?
Pretty much, yeah. That is
Okay.
Yeah. It's the surprise. Like, well, here we go.
You gonna
Oh
answer
boy,
that
okay.
question?
Alright, so you guys are done asking your questions then.
He asked her.
Is
she
yeah.
gonna answer?
Is she gonna answer the question?
Yeah, it's like, have
Yeah.
you had pineapple juice before?
Oh, in that case, she will respond, my children tell me it means a great many things to you.
Go, Annis, go, Diana, go!
Can I, before I cast it, because I would know this, can I do call lightning in here?
Let me see the height. What is the requirement?
Because I don't, I swear I saw at some point it's like you have to be able to, like the space has to be big enough, but I don't see the dimensions now. Range of 120 feet, 10 feet tall, 60-foot radius. Okay.
Centered on a point you can see within range, directly above
move.
you.
Mm-hmm. If you're in a room that can accommodate the cloud.
All right.
Because, like, if you're like, yeah, there's too many spider webs up there, you can't do it, I would totally accept that and move on to something else.
Let's see. So you need to create a storm cloud that is 60 feet, 60-foot radius.
Mm-hmm.
So 120 feet across.
Well, yeah, I guess so.
I don't know if there's enough room for that in here. Let's find out.
Center of the room, it just reaches her. Keeps us at a range. I would.
All right,
say.
so this big room that you're in right now is only 80 feet across. So
Gotcha.
it's not going to be big enough. Unfortunately not. So if you're planning on, since you've given the call and she's aware of what it means,
Damn it.
we're just gonna roll initiative the normal way.
No.
Okay.
So
Damn it. She knows pineapple.
So yeah, no surprise round then.
no surprise round. Admittedly, 5th edition doesn't have surprise rounds.
Really?
Yeah, it's a weird thing. Like there's a lot of it's dumb. Like there's a lot of things that make it effectively that way, specifically so rogues can work, but in practice, there's not a surprise round. It's simply some people get to attack with a surprise. They just don't make it a round. It's dumb.
Interesting.
It is messy. And I think
Yeah.
it's confusing because a lot of people house rule there being one because there always was an old D&D and Pathfinder and like every other game.
Yeah, they've also got a feat surrounding like the whole "you can't be surprised." That does
Not being surprised is different
that's fair.
because it's not a round. Like it's a weird semantics thing. But anyway, I'm going to roll some initiative for you. But first, I'm going to add some things here because you know they're there.
I like the giant spider next to me.
Like the giant spider next to you, yeah. Who was just the look. You're making this thing sad because it like had some nice like barber shears and everything. You let it down. It's been trying really hard to learn how to use those, and then you just didn't even give it the chance.
Like, hold on. Oh no.
All right.
Such a sad picture in my head. It's just like the
Well,
hunched over
we're gonna
hand.
have to murder him, so he won't be sad for long.
Oh my god.
Hey.
All right.
Man.
So we're gonna just drop some spiders in here, and now I have to give them all names because I'm not a monster. And they're all gonna be nerd names. So.
Yeah. This one's Peter, and this one's Miles, and that's the only 2 Spider-Men I know.
Oh, there's plenty.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
hang on. Penny and Porky? No.
Peter Porker.
Spider.
Yeah, Spider Ham.
Punk Spider-Man? Gwen?
None of them are named Gwen in this batch, but
In
we'll just
this
go with
batch.
Miguel. Why not?
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Okay,
Well,
he's a jerk, so
in the movie, the movie was mean to some characters. It's a good movie. Like the Spider-Verse movies are amazing, but they took a lot of character liberties. I know you're shocked. Anyway, we're gonna operate on the assumption that Peter is capable of giving you a haircut. So let's just make Peter visible.
Ugh.
no.
Tab over to Discord to see what fresh horrors. Oh, did you just draw that?
Yeah.
Oh my god, he looks sad.
So sorry.
Any eyes. You should let him take your hair. Just
No.
let him be happy right before we murder him in cold
No.
blood.
It's a crime against my people.
The crime against your people.
I was just gonna use it to bait her in.
Well, that's just being mean.
It is mean, but you know what? She's been an asshole and horrible and hurt people.
She's been nice to you.
Yeah, well, now she's, hurting all our friends.
You're the one who called Pineapple. She was gonna let you leave.
No, she wasn't.
No, yeah, that wasn't happening.
She said herself that she thought we were volunteering for her experiments.
Yeah. You helped her prove whether or not that experiment was sufficiently dangerous. And it wasn't. Alright. So...
We've got one job to do, and Aiden is like, no, yeah, I agree. I tried turning, like, he literally putting her on a better path, and she decided to use it for bad things. He's like, she's gotta go. I went to school for this moment.
Alright. So...
Not enough eyes on that frowny face.
Look, I couldn't fit all 8 eyes on there.
It's a masterpiece, and I want that fucking shit hanged in a frame.
Alright. So...
Sorry, Peter. Sorry.
You know what? I'm gonna say that even though the room isn't really big enough, if you want to do Call Lightning, I'll let you do it anyway. This is a weird space. So, if you would like to, it's an option. I won't stop you. It also is pretty metal.
That would be better than the backup plan that I had.
Oh, they are on a literal metal.
But you get the option. So do you see what I mean, though, when I say that for some reason it, like, double tokens?
It did. I see the double Shelara.
I don't know why. I don't understand it.
Not need two of her. No, that's her twin sister, Valara. There we go.
Oh no, not Balara.
Or Jalara.
Shalaro.
I like how you assume that all twins just have the same name minus a consonant.
I mean,
yes.
That's how that works,
That's
right?
not how it works.
No?
No.
You're right. It should be another name, but with the same first letter. That's how that works.
Yeah. So
I mean, that's... yeah.
okay, so what this
Shelara and Shanae, I don't know.
So one of the spiders is up first. And it's gonna scurry over. And it's gonna attack a Derek. And it's gonna crit a Derek.
Oh.
That's how that starts.
That's not a... We didn't heal Diana, did we?
Fucking
Nope.
hell, we didn't.
Ooh.
Did you never heal Derek?
What the fuck? We did.
Why is...
Did he take damage?
I don't remember when Derek took damage.
Yeah. Like, hang on. What have we fought? Like...
You fought... Like, the big hulky dude never hit him.
Yeah.
We healed him after the tower situation. And it was...
Yeah, we took a rest and used hit dice.
You
So
did
we
it
should've-
after the librarian fight. You did that, and I don't remember him being attacked since then.
He hasn't.
I think his token did not heal, even though he did.
Okay.
Let me get that.
I know he got healed.
Yeah, because that's just not right. Let's get his HP back up there.
Nice.
Yeah, Diane is one thing, but I would make sure my boy stopped.
Well, I know that you healed him before. I remember you doing it, so I'm giving him back that HP. So now he's just taking this damage. That's it. Okay. Also, Derek really needs more HP. Boy needs to work out some more. Anyway.
Live through this, and we'll work out a lot. Just live.
Anywho, so he got bit, and it hurt. And now he's got to make a save. Which I believe in Derek making the save. Derek totally made that save. Good job, Derek. Way to be not that. Nice. Okay. Up next. Actually, before that, because I forgot, because we were jumping straight into that spider, you guys get to play with a layer action, because she lives here.
Yeah.
So she's gonna do a
You know,
thing.
she's not on the combat tracker.
She is. You just don't see her.
Bug.
But yeah, she's... So, this turn, her layer action... Doot, doot, doot. So, among all the spiders scurrying around on the walls, there's a quick flicker. Like, something flashes in that each of you can see out of the corner of your eye, but you don't know what is happening. And then she, hanging from the ceiling, upside down, delivers an upside down smirk. And something that wasn't there before appears.
Oh. No.
And it's disturbing.
Ugh. Oh no, not one of these fuckers.
And it appears right next to Annis. And now it's that thing's turn. So, this monstrosity phases in out of nowhere and tries to give Annis a good bitey bite. And does. And Annis does not lose concentration on her speak with spiders or something.
Yeah.
I don't know what she's concentrating on. Whatever. Doesn't lose it. That's important. Let's see. So you passed that. Now you get to make another save. Annis fails a save. So, this weird thing phases in out of nowhere next to you, and then it takes a big mandibled bite out of one of your beefy forearms. And the bite doesn't hurt that much, but then it starts to itch. And the itchiness really, really hurts. And you feel a compulsive need to scratch at it. And you're not quite sure when you're going to stop itching. But it doesn't actually have a mechanical element at this time. Feels bad. And now it's Anna's turn.
So, I can't target Shelara with anything right now.
I'm just gonna add her to the tracker. She just wasn't listed before because you weren't actually fighting yet, and because it added her token twice.
I feel like you could drag things onto her token if you needed to.
See if you can see her on the list now. Yep, she's listed as Drider from Sherwood still. Let me just fix that. Because that was her original token name before you knew her name.
She does
Fuck
it.
There.
you, Ryder from Sherwood.
There.
Never
She's
bothered
there
with
now.
her name.
Now you can target her and do whatever.
Cool. Diana is Oh, she's gonna cast a spell.
Uh-oh.
Gonna use a spell slot.
She's only got so many of those. It better be worth it.
I know. I really hope this works. It's all I'm gonna say.
I mean, I'm curious to see what it is. All right.
Was that a success for her, or?
She saved against it.
Fuck.
Yeah, she passed the save. But that would have been very funny.
That would have been hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm kind of sad it didn't work.
Yeah.
She's just gonna be like, oh, fuck.
She's upside down, but you can see her, like, rolling her eyebrows at you.
Let's see. It's gonna be like, oh, God, okay, no, that's not even my area of speciality anyway. And she's gonna... I don't remember if she's already... Alright, 1 second. I need to double check off. Yes, Shelly, hello. Come on. Jump up. There you go. Sorry, the cat just said hello.
Fair.
Let's see. Making sure. Okay, we haven't had a long rest, right?
No.
Nope.
Okay. Didn't think so. Cool. Cannot do the other thing I was thinking about doing. Okay, yeah. She's gonna end her turn, because the other thing wouldn't have worked.
Okay. So, Peter still has a job to do.
No, Peter, no.
Going for your hair.
No, Peter.
Going for your hair.
But Peter went to beauty school for this moment.
Oh, fucking A.
And he's gonna get it.
No.
He's gonna get it.
Jesus, Peter.
Okay, so...
Wow.
So Peter
Why did I get to roll my save? That's rude.
snaps out at you. And
Oh, boy.
snips your hair with his mandibles because he throws down the scissors because you've ruined his dreams. And as he nips your hair off, the mandibles go against the back of your neck and the poison oozes down your back. And it hurts.
Joys indeed.
And... yeah. It's gross. And now that he has your hair, a little bit of it, he's going to scurry up the wall.
No. I'm coming for you, Peter.
Nope. Stop spinning. Go up. There he goes. He's fleeing from you. He has a piece of your hair. He earned it. Oh, I guess I should probably set the heights on everybody. Alright, let's just... while I'm at it. Like, all of you are currently 10 feet up. Derek is at the bottom. Iden's 10 feet up. Hopefully these numbers make this easier to imagine. Alright, can all of you see the numbers?
Yeah.
Cool. That is about where everybody at. Makes it easier. Neat. Penelope's having a good old time. She's planning what she wants to wear when she goes and sees the Mages Association. And Miguel's turn. And Miguel is going to spider hop over. Take a bite at Annis. Gonna hit Annis. Annis maintains concentration on Game. The game thinks she's maintaining concentration on spider climb from way back at the tower, I guess.
Well, it's a spider-related thing.
That's fun. Don't worry about it. All right. So, come back, window. Come back. Got a little bit of that. Yeah, doesn't matter. Cool. So, ow, that hurts. Moving on. Hey, it's Aiden's turn.
Cool.
What's up, Aiden?
I'd like to emboldening bond on all the homies.
Okay.
So, pop that. And, do I, like, hold on. Let me undo this really quick, actually. Let me see if I can actually put it on people. Or here, no, because I remember it got really wonky where you couldn't choose. So yeah, they have the choice.
So once a turn, they can pop a d4?
Yeah. Save or attack. And that takes my action. And then... do I have...
You've got enough emboldening bond for everyone.
Oh, Jesus, I'm sorry. It's going crazy over there. I think everything I have was a motherfucking action.
It's why clerics get spiritual weapon.
Oh. Hold on. Can I retract that statement about the bond for this round?
Yeah, you want to do something else?
Yeah, because I just got fucking poisoned and I felt it.
Do what? Yeah, what was that? What'd you say about poisoned?
I said I felt that poison, did I not?
You took poison damage. You do not have the poison effect. Poison was just the type of damage you took. That's all.
Okay, well, yeah, that's still important to everything that's occurred. For
Yeah.
purity. Resistance to all my homies within 30 feet of me. They have advantage on... Hold on, let me just pop that off. That's my level 4 fucking A. So anybody within 30 feet of me can't become diseased, has resistance to poison damage, has advantage on saving throws against effects that cause any of the following conditions: blinded, charmed, deafened, frightened, paralyzed, poisoned, and stunned.
Cool. All right, then I'm going to remove the emboldening bond, but
Yeah.
if any of those come up, please remind me, because that's a
so
list.
no more poison damage, and we've got it halved, so...
Cool. All right, let me get rid of those so they don't fire on each of you individually. And
Alright, so that's a 4th level fucking spell.
it's a good one.
Yeah, it is, since we're getting hit with all this poison. God.
It's a good one for this fight.
Glad I fucking had it.
All right. And what is that called? I want to see if the actual effect is in here.
For purity. It's one of my domain, I think. Hold on.
Okay, I don't see it in here, but if it applies, just to remind me, and we'll half or remove or whatever we have to do. So I'll keep the spell open as well, just for my reference.
Yeah, definitely.
And I may program that in for next time, since that's a good spell. And that's all stuff that could be programmed in. So, okay. So that is Aiden.
Yes, because I think... Yeah, because the other thing is in action as well, so I can't, Hold on, let me... Inventory... Uh. Potion. Yeah, I don't think I have any healing potions that I can just bonus action fucking chug. So that is it.
Okay.
Now.
Cool. Onward to Derek. Derek does not like the spider that just attacked him. And while Derek would love to run up and try to fight Spider Boss, she's 30 feet up there and he has not made of range attacks, so he's going to try to get the spider off of him and rejoin the group. So, the punching. And he misses with the first. And he misses with the second. Wow, Derek. And he finally hits. Smash. Punches that spider good. And that is unfortunately all that Derek gets to do. Annis, your turn.
So, she has somehow maintained the speak with animals this entire time.
Yep.
So before I take any actions, she's going to, in Spider, just angrily shout out, "My beef is with her, not any of you. But if you attack me, fuck you, I'm attacking you back." And she's going to... She's got these two spiders right on her, so she needs to do something about those. So she's going to pull out the sword, light it on fire, and just attack the guy right in front of her.
Go for it.
Okay.
Gonna attack Miguel.
Miguel.
Is the one immediately in front of you.
Alright, Miguel,
Nice.
your days are numbered.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I'm gonna have to, Oh, wait, that's right. I just grabbed those and dragged.
Yep.
And then the 2d6 again, right?
Yep.
Miguel's getting fucked up.
Yeah, he's not having a good time. Also, I need to lower him from 20 to 10 because he ran down to you. But, yeah. Yeah, you lit him up. He's not happy.
If I move, I'll get an opportunity attacked. So, yeah, she's just gonna stand her ground. She hasn't dropped concentration on the speak with animals yet. So
That's true.
She'll curse them out.
Yeah. All right. It will now go to Shelara. And Shelara is going to try to do something. Boop, 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 boop.
I don't like her trying to do anything.
Well, she gonna do it.
I don't like it.
Oh, don't do it. Unless doing it is coming down here and fighting us on the ground.
That
Not
doesn't
being up
sound like
there.
what she wants to do.
She should.
Yeah, I don't know if she agrees with you.
Come down here and just deep throat this fucking sword.
Jesus
How about that?
So crude. Anyway, she's
If
casting
we
a
were
spell.
making the Grail War because we thought it was a good idea to come fight her on her home turf. That's on us, but I'm still gonna be mad about it.
Alright, well, it's about to roll a whole bunch of dexterity saves.
I'm muted?
Not you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. So, it looks
So-
like
Who else succeeded?
everybody succeeded.
Woo!
Okay. That was where all of the counter to all those early rolls went. Nice. All right, well, I'm going to tell you what she was trying to do so that you feel good about yourself.
Yay!
Yeah, she just attempted to cast a spell at the lot of you. From up in her webby cocoon area, a bright light came down and it covered Annis, Iden, Diana, and the two spiders that are in between the lot of them. And for a brief moment, all of you started to glow, but it faded away just as quickly as it started.
She just fucking tried to fairy fire our asses.
She did.
Fuck this bitch. I'm going.
You all passed it. You all passed it.
Good.
So that was her attempt at casting a spell at you, which, downside, that was what she wanted to do. Upside, it means that her concentration is available on future turns. And having done that, she is skittering back over here.
No. No.
And up over here. This thing. Scurrying along the ceiling. Alright. And
Comfort me with your cuteness.
having done that, looking over her stuff.
Hey.
Yep, she's gonna scurry away. She's harder to see up there in the ceiling now. She is vanished in the midst of all of the web stuff. And now it's that last spider's turn, the one who's been polite and waited. It's gonna run on over here, and it's going to try to bite Annis. Because Annis is big and scary. And Annis is getting bit. And Annis maintains concentration.
Jesus. Yeah, I'm slowly dying, but at least I can still speak, Spider.
I am gonna try and fix that.
Okay, she has advantage on saves against poison, right?
Yeah. Yes, and half damage.
Right. So we're confirming.
No.
All right. Okay, well, I can't help you with that. So she failed that. She will take half damage on the poison. So 1d8. Annis takes one whole poison damage. Okay.
Does poison in D&D work like it does in Pokemon, where it just takes a little bit off of your health each turn until it's fixed?
It doesn't work at all like that. It in 5th edition D&D, poison in and of itself just means you have disadvantage on like attacks and checks until it goes away. If you have the status of poison. Poison damage is just a damage type, just like fire or cold or anything else. It's just a very commonly resisted by monsters type.
So again, I am not poisoned. I just took some bonus poison damage.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
That's all. Yeah. Okay, so we made it through a whole first round.
Yay.
So now we are going to roll back to top of initiative, and then we're going to get to layer action turn. And we're going to do layer action, and then we're going to call it for right now, because this fight is not going to be over soon, and it is late. So you're going to get to see what the layer action is.
No.
And then we'll pause on that. And so for the layer action, the little spiders all around you spit web out, covering the staircase in webbing. You are all now on difficult terrain.
Difficult terrain. Yep.
Which may not even matter to Annis, but for the rest of you it would probably be a pain. I don't think Annis has to worry about difficult terrain.
I've got land stride.
Let me see how your abilities work, because it's one I haven't seen in a while. Landstride.
Yeah, no extra movement. Yeah.
Yeah, this is not magic. This is not like the spell web. It's now difficult terrain up there. So movement up here costs double. But it does not affect you because it's not magic. The spiders literally just spit web everywhere. Or I guess spinneretted web everywhere. So all of that area is now difficult terrain, but otherwise that's just what the layer action did. So, neat. And from there we will stop for now, and next week we will pick up and presumably power through a boss fight, because it's very clear where all of you stand now.
Yeah, surrounded by spiders.
So many
Is
spiders.
that whole area that's that just the stairs, or that whole area up there?
I will draw on the map. Doot. So the area that is covered in spiders web is all of that.
Okay, so it's that whole area.
That whole area up there. Now, mind you, if you go to the area below, there's a lot of spider webbing down there too. So now, effectively, that lower area is difficult terrain spider web, and this upper area is difficult terrain spider web. But it is not magical. You are stuck to it by touching it. It's just hard to move around spider web. So,
Okay.
effectively, your speed is halved if you are affected by difficult terrain for the duration of the battle.
Ooh.
So, cool. We will pick up here next week. And if you successfully kill a spider boss, good job. You will be free to loot the castle.
What if we don't successfully kill the spider boss?
Consequences.
We're rolling new characters, except you.
I mean, you are all so boldly assuming that your characters will die.
Probably still rolling new characters anyway.
Let's try not to do that. But yeah, so we'll pick up next week. Hooray? Go team.
Yeah.
Yay, spider fight. All right. So, good night, our friends, the internet. May we all come back in a week and partake in the great spider battle.
Oh, and we better kill her next week, because we're not playing the week after that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Makes sense. All right, well, good night, internet friends.
Good night.